So hello and welcome to my latest video diary, and I've had the pleasure this afternoon of spending some time with two of our fantastic research nurses. So we've got Nikki here, who's lead research nurse for the Trust, and Amelia, who's our senior oncology research nurse. So welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for all the work that you do and the team does. Can you just talk me through what do you and what the team do to support patients and to support other colleagues across the organisation?
So as the lead research nurse, it's my job and responsibility to make sure that obviously all the trials that we've got open currently are recruited into in a timely manner, and that all patients that are potentially eligible are all offered the chance to take part as well. On a day-to-day basis, I receive what we call expressions of interest for new studies, and hand those out electronically, obviously, to the relevant clinicians and departments that may wish to be involved or wish to take part in them. That can be done in one of two ways. So sometimes with a lot of the commercial studies, they contact us directly, because we may have worked with them previously and we've got a good reputation and we've delivered previously on their studies. Or the other way is that we receive them through from the research network. We're part of North Thames Clinical Research Network, and so again we then disseminate them out to the relevant clinician, and then they'll come back to us and say, yes, definitely we want to submit our interest for that particular study, or sometimes we don't hear back at all, which can be quite frustrating at times.
I can imagine. And roughly how many studies are we participating in, or are patients from the organisation on at the moment?
So we have around between 60 and 80 studies open at any one time, which can be quite daunting at times.
Absolutely. And we were talking earlier about how many colleagues in the organisation don't understand how much we actually have so many studies going on, and many more than you would expect for an organisation of our size. What would you say to colleagues across the Trust in terms of trying to get involved and support their patients?
So I always say to people that, even though we're a small district general hospital, we are a busy department. We have studies open in nearly every specialty currently. We have studies that are obviously more complex and some that are quite straightforward and maybe only require time from participants for an hour or a couple of hours, whereas the more complex, intense studies, patients could be here all day, or the visits may sometimes have to run over 2 days in order to meet the requirements of the protocol.
Yeah, absolutely. Fabulous. Thank you. And Amelia, we run loads and loads of different studies across oncology and cancer services. Can you just give me a flavour of some of those?
Well, we have cancer studies in sort of disease areas like lung, gastric, bowel cancer and breast cancer, and also prostate cancer. We have lots of patients participating, and obviously, there's sort of different types of, treatment ones or observational studies that we do, and we've been very busy, so yeah.
Fabulous. And supporting lots and lots of patients. Give us a couple of things that you're really proud of that has happened in recent months.
Okay, so we've had one that I can think of, well, two actually. There's the breast cancer study that we've been doing and recently opened and recruited our first patient, and we had recruited the second patient in the UK, so we're proud of that.
Just picked at the post. We nearly got the first one, didn't we?
It's amazing.
Got another trial, a lung cancer trial for patients with mesothelioma, where there aren't that many hospitals in this area that recruit to this study, so we do get patients from far and wide actually that actually want to be transferred over here so they can take part in the neuro study. So that's a really good study for our patients.
So you're both clearly and quite rightly and completely understandably really passionate and proud of what you do. Can you just talk me through some of the benefits that our patients get from being part of some of the clinical trials?
So I think obviously with us offering the trials to everybody that are potentially eligible has a huge impact and benefit to all patients. This can then move into like standard practice within the trust as well, if we've taken part in that trial. So for instance, a couple of years ago now, since COVID, we participated in a study called the Cytosponge, which was like a little capsule on a string that patients swallowed, which is used as a diagnostic. It takes samples as it's removed, and that's used to diagnostic for Barrett's esophagus. And from the results and taking part in that study, that's now used as standard treatment, as a standard procedure in the diagnosing these patients over in the endoscopy unit now.
Fabulous. Benefiting thousands, I'm
Yeah.
sure. Fantastic. Thank you very much. So if we've got any of our colleagues or any of our patients interested in knowing a bit more about the department, or knowing how they can get involved, or knowing what trials that we've got running, what should they do? Who do they contact?
So obviously, staff-wise, if any staff are interested, I welcome anybody to get in touch with us. They can contact us via email or just by picking up the phone. I'm more than happy for anybody, if they want to come and spend some time with us, an afternoon or a session, to come and see what we do and shadow us and find out what we actually do.
Fabulous.
Yeah, and for patients, just contact your healthcare professional, talk to a nurse, GP, or even look at our website, or contact the R&D office, and just ask for information, and they'll help you and direct you in the right direction.
Fantastic. Well, thank you. Thank you so much for your time today, and thank you so much to you and your team for everything that you're doing for our colleagues, and obviously, really importantly, for our patients. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.